Welcome into the Film Guy Network. It's football season, which means I've got a film study for you. What's up? You like that? You really like that? Let's shut up and grind some tape. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guy Network on a fabulous Tuesday afternoon here inside the studio. As promised, we have this Indiana side of the national championship to break down from a film perspective standpoint. We looked at that Fiesta Bowl, Miami's performance offensively, defensively. Excited to bring this to you from an Indiana standpoint. Not going to have as many snaps to watch, Jonathan. We watched 94 offensive snaps in that Miami offensive breakdown. We didn't break down every single offensive snap, but there were a ton of them. They ain't going to get that many in this one. I don't think there was a single solitary offensive unit that Indiana has faced that's taken north of 75 snaps this year. All right, They grind things out offensively, and that's what we're going to watch today. They limit your opportunities on the other side of the ball, and they shrink the football game. They're going to make it about the minimal amount of moments, and they're going to win those moments. I was thinking in the lead up to this one, Jonathan, they chase explosivity by earning it through efficiency on the early part of possessions. If you watch this football team, yes, they will get aggressive, but they'll get aggressive when it matters. When they get aggressive, they're scoring touchdowns. They're throwing it into the box from the plus territory part of the field, especially in this playoff era of football that they got going on, these playoff rounds rather, offensively for these guys. They're really fun to watch, as is the quarterback, extremely accurate. Hey, we're going to get into it, but first, we got a couple of rules around here. If you are new to the network, which I suspect some of you are, if you learned anything about the game of football today, you must subscribe. If you learned anything about your favorite football team today, you must subscribe. If you have any fun at all today, you must subscribe. Let's shut up and let's grind the tape. I think we ought to add a new rule to that, Jonathan. If I have a blatant mistake about your football team, you must eviscerate me in the comments. Because that's kind of par for the course around here. I love college football fans because when we are wrong about your football team, my God, do you let us know. It's the theme of the comment thread. So, Indiana fans, if I say something cross about your football team today, right there in the comment thread, I need it. I need that stern, firm, hard coaching correction. That's what we need around here. Right, Jonathan? Yep. That's the way we operate. All right. This is what I'm talking about with the chasing efficiencies. I think both of these offenses in the national title do this, by the way, and do it really, really well. Oh, crap. We're in 2nd and 9. We threw a short completion. You blew up a screen. Oh, we didn't get an efficient rundown. By the way, talking about efficiencies, 93.8% of Indiana run attempts this year have been for positive yardage. Almost 94% of plays. Okay, so they chase efficiency the entire time. Oh, crap, we had one of our worst runs. We only ran the ball for a yard. Don't worry, we're about to be in a 3rd and short because we chase efficiencies as an offense. Check it out. We're going to get you into a zone window. We're going to confirm your zone window with a little pre-snap motion right here as well. All right, we got you into zone window. We know we're playing zone based off how we did not travel with that motion. See how everything kind of bumped and slid? Now we're going to run a hitch over here. We're only going to pick up 6 or maybe 7 or 8 yards. It doesn't matter. We're just trying to get into 3rd and 5. We're trying to get into 3rd and 4. We're not trying to throw a 15-yard completion right here. We don't care to do that. That opens us up for a 3rd and 9. We can't operate on a 3rd and 9. We can operate 3rd and 4. All right, so that's what both of these offenses, Miami and Indiana, do really, really well. Also, the other thing you should know about this football team, they huddle, all right? They rush to the line of scrimmage, and then they provide late motion. So we got a lot to deal with right there in that operation, right? They're going to squeeze the play clock, rush out of the huddle, give you a late motion. We got to prepare for all of that. We got to get lined up as they get lined up and then adjust to the motion. See how Oregon is late to a line right here, Jonathan? Because they broke the huddle. They know where they're going. We don't know where they're going, right? We have certain predetermined looks, how we want to play certain things. Right? So this is kind of a subtle change in college football. The first one that made me notice it was that Michigan team that won the national title, and listening to Nick Saban being like, They huddled, guys. It was the first team we played all year that huddled and it gave us problems. Wait a minute. I thought speed gave us problems. Nope. Speed's not giving us problem anymore. We're ready for that. We've been doing that for 10 years now in college football. Chip Kelly started doing it, what, in the early aughts? Like, we're ready for that. What we're not ready for anymore is 11 guys in one spot, and then, boom, they scatter to 6 different spots. We know where the 5 guys are going to be. We don't know where nobody else is going to be. Okay, so that's become a problem nowadays for some of these defenses. We got to prepare for it, okay? Yeah, they also really a high execution rate team. Everybody knows this. Watch the back right here. They get man pressure from Oregon on early, third downs, right? This was the plan from Oregon. It was the plan in the first game, really. We're going to play some man-to-man. We're going to pressure the box. We're going to try to get after the quarterback, right? They don't necessarily do exactly that right here because we get it all clean. All we really have to do with quarterbacks is accurate and is really great with the football and the ball placement as this guy is give him protection to the top of his drop, give him one hitch, right? And we'll probably have something open, which is exactly what we got right here. We get to the top of our drop, we get that one hitch, and we got an outside vertical, or a slot vertical, rather, back shoulder fade to Surratt right there. All right, here's something that we've got to start noticing and paying attention to as this study progresses. That's number 37 out there. Guys, he can catch the ball. We probably don't need to dedicate too many eyes to him, especially when he's lined up outside of their primary guy. That's their guy. You know what I mean? That's Surratt. So if 37's out there, we might not need to burn a body on him. Do you see what I'm saying, Jonathan? We might have an opportunity to sag off of him and be an instinctual football player. So if I'm a defensive coordinator, maybe I burn Keontae Scott over there because I'm never really burning zero. You know what I mean? He's going to play float free and be an instinctual ball player. Just an idea right there, watching it late, thinking about how I would attack this Indiana defense, or offense rather, okay? But there really is no defense for a perfectly thrown football. Every defensive coordinator in the world, every football analyst in the world will give you that analysis. There is no defense for this, guys. There is no defense for 3-step, one hitch, tremendously thrown back shoulder fade, except for maybe put our body between him and the wide receiver. But, buddy, we tried. He overhand ripped us and worked back to the football because he knew it was coming. We did not. Really no defense for what we got going on right here. We got to get off the field in other ways, right? We got to make sure we get him in a 3rd and 9, not a 3rd and 5. But a 14-yard reception converts it anyways. See what I'm saying? Kirk Cignetti, I love what he talks about. We talk about explosives all the time. He talks about 12-yard runs and 15-yard passes. It's a different way, and you watch them play football, that's the way they operate. They're not hunting 40-yard explosives. They're not hunting 70-yard one-and-dones, all right? They're hunting, 12-yard, 15-yard chunks. That's a different way of thinking about it, and I love that approach. Let's go to play 6. My notes say, and I talked about this last night on our live show. If you're not watching us, tune in at 8 o'clock Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday following the national championship, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week, okay? I feel as if their RPO games almost futuristic. Most RPO games, Jonathan, they're like very, very simplistic. I'll show you, okay? We might have, a little RPO this way, all right, and then on the backside, we're going to run a bubble, right? We're going to play a 2-over-2 game. If that safety commits to the box, we're going to spit it out into the flat, right? Or maybe we're a double square in football team. Tua Tagovailoa and those cats at Alabama were a big-time double square in RPO football team. All right, so I cover 7 started rolling around so we could let that safety play free and across the face of the formation. All right, these guys, These guys are going to run full-fledged concepts out here throughout this football game. They're going to run red line seam shot down there on the bottom and then spray the out route. All right, and then one time you might see them, run a hitch and then switch the release and run a vertical seam. Okay, on the goal line here in a little bit, you're going to see them switch release on the goal line in an RPO format. That's not what most teams do. All right, most teams are very simplistic in their passing concepts off of that run look. This team is not, okay? See what I mean? Like we have a mandatory inside release right there, or a free release right there for Becker. He's going to work into the zone window, and we're going to run an out route into that area, all while chewing up 5 or 6 yards in the run game right there. Now, Oregon's running this Tampa 2 structure, and it's really, really hard to account for this safety that's in the box. You'll see him show up right there, 31, Thieneman. Really, really hard to account for him. We've already got 5 right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rather 6 accounted for in the protection or in the run scheme. We've got 5 hats for those, and we got 51 or 37 working back over here for his additional hat. There is nobody for the safety. All right, so he's just going to show up, and we got to eat what we can, get our 6 yards, and move on. And they're fine being in this. They will eat you alive on 3rd and medium. All right, they live in it. They were 11 of 14 in this football game, Jonathan. 11 of 14 on 3rd down. You're not going to win those football games normally, or you're going to have to score 50 to win. That's what you're going to have to do. And it's always just, winning with scheme a lot of the time too, right? Like this is a tremendous man rub beater right here on 3rd and 4. They noticed early on in the football game, hey, Oregon wants to pressure us and play man-to-man on 3rd and medium, right? They did it on the 1st down. Here they come again with it on the 2nd down. So what are we going to do? We're going to get a good rub. We're going to run Surratt vertical and make this linebacker number 28 have to work over the top of this junk right here as we throw this arrow route to number 37. Again, tremendous ball placement from the quarterback as well. That'll be a theme as this film study progresses. This is why I had to look up the negative run stats because I was just watching their technique at the line of scrimmage, watching their feet, their hat, and their hands, all right, and just general identification, right? Mic identification, knowing where we're going, working as a team, right? Working as a unit, us 6, really, because it's us 5, and then this cat right here, who is the difference maker in this offense for me. He is a transfer from Wisconsin. He was a true fullback in Wisconsin's offense, and then Fickle brought the air raid, and it's like, what do I do? Well, we use you like a modern-day fullback. We're going to line you up like an H-back. We might give you 1 or 2 receptions a game, but in reality, you're a fullback, okay? You're going to be attached to the line of scrimmage. You're 6'1", you're 245 pounds, okay? This is one of those cats you got to go see in person, Jonathan. His arms are so big. His upper body is so large. So you realize why he starts moving people the way that he does on tape. What you don't see until you watch him on tape as well is how well he moves as an athlete. They're really, really good movers. The whole team is. They don't have a lot of bad bodies, all right? But you see what I mean with hat and hands? Like, look how low, look how good a pad level we're playing right here at Cougar. Most football players are going to fall on their face at that level. He is not, okay? He's just going to continue to drive off the spot. We talk about getting hats on hats. We're so high level of execution right here, right? Watch these 3 take care of these 3 bodies in the box over here. We got him, all right? 28's already outpaced himself from the play. Let's go back and watch the right guard and the right tackle handle this 52 and get up to the safety. That's a tremendous job. All right, even 37 back over here. He does a great job of getting his head across, right, Jonathan? Now, we're going to lose the play ultimately, right, because, 38s or 39's a really good player, whoever this is from Oregon. But because our hat and hands are in the proper place at the line of scrimmage and first contact, we're going to get a positive play. This is why 94% of their plays end up in positive results when they run the ball. All right? Boom. Tremendous job running behind their pads at running back as well. When you hit these guys, you're going to feel it. Now, you might get the better of it, but they ain't shying away from contact. Now, I said it's hard to beat this insert safety in Tampa too, right? He's basically a free roamer here in the box. All right, well, watch our secret weapon right here, 37. Find him and put a hat on him and just drive him just enough to get an extra piece, right? These guys are really, really diverse in their run scheme. I believe this is H insert that they're about to throw at these guys after running some basic zone to start the football game, right? How do we handle the Tampa 2 safety? Well, let's insert the H back right here and get him up. This is basically like fullback ISO back in the day, Jonathan. We'd get a couple double teams on the line of scrimmage. We'd isolate the fullback on the mic. We'd blow it up. We'd try to get one-on-one with the safety. That's what we're trying to do here, just in modernized sets, right? It looks differently, but it's the same thing. It's H insert is what we call this, all right? I love 37, Jonathan. Boom. This is a bowling ball, man. The offensive line, I think the most important thing about them is that you will never see them take a wasted step. In the run game, they don't. All right, watch. Boom. Everyone doing their job or gaining ground, right? Gaining ground, bucket step, because we got pin and pull. Look at these two football players. Watch them absorb their down blocks right here and eventually get their head play side. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? These two look like they did the same exact thing, didn't they, Jonathan? Because they did. They're coached the same exact way. They execute the same exact way. These two football players look like they did the same exact thing, didn't they, Jonathan? Because they're coached the same exact way. They execute the same exact way. All right? These backside cutoffs looked identical because they're executing at the same rate. Watch Coogan right here as he gets out. Everybody's already seen this one. But really, I love the first contact, too. We get our head play side and we seal that off because we know we're running truck toss and getting out to the edge. Same thing here for Cougs. Work your play head side or work your head play side, okay? And let's make sure we got the free crease out there on the edge. Tremendous job by everybody. But I really, really, really want to draw the attention to our secret weapon right here. They hit him. I think it's almost like the positives of being 6'1", Jonathan. You kind of look like a wide receiver out there when you're standing out there and you get the motion in. You bring a big 6'5", 250-pound joker out here and you start motioning him towards the line of scrimmage, everybody's going to be screaming, crack, 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 right? But he's 6'5", he's 235. We're not really paying attention. He's about to come in and lay some wood right here. Is number 37. Check him out. Wham! All right, and then he's, of course, going to finish and completely seal the edge off, right? That's what it looks like to be a pin and pull football team. Do we all see that? And again, down here on the goal line, right? Like, so many teams are running RPO double slants. I mean, they are, right? So much so, it's on the board, right? 2 to the field, back away, double slants. It's on the board. Like it's become such a habit for RPO football teams. Not this team. Not this team. This team's got an RPO with a switch release versus man coverage out here. Right? Again, so many teams just doing this and running back into the bodies. Yes, those bodies are committed to the box, but what can they do if they don't see run? Whoop! They get their hands up in the passing lane. Now we got a ball getting tipped going out of bounds. Nope. Watch here. Instead, yeah, you can run your box slant. That's fine. We're going to rub you guys. We're going to switch release down here on the bottom because we got a quarterback that can throw that football. All right, that's an elite ball, and it has to be there. Even though we gain space, it has to be there every single time because if he undercuts it, we still got to have the ability to put that ball away from an undercut. Even an undercut right here is not going to beat us because the ball will be over unless that guy's 6'8". It's an elite ball. It's an elite route. All right, no wasted steps on the route either. It's such a great job by everybody involved, as always, with this football team, it feels. You know?
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take a quick break to give a big time shout out to our friends over at Sleeper, our premier sponsor on the year, and they're doing a great job. The #1 place for daily fantasy and prop plays. Sleeper Picks is a real money product that connects friends over picks. Choose 2 to 8 of your favorite players from pregame, live, or even across different sports. Pick more than or less than the predicted stats. It's that simple. Over on Sleeper, you can get up to 100x payouts, share with your friends, and get rewarded together. Use promo code Brooks today over on Sleeper and get a 100% deposit match up to $100. That's sleeper.com/promo/Brooks. Again, promo code Brooks on Sleeper gets you 100% deposit match today up to $100. Sleeper.com/promo/Brooks. Terms and conditions apply. I want to give you a quick tutorial of how friendly and how easy it is over there on Sleeper today. We're going to scroll over to the college football tabs at the top right there, and then you can see we've got all the quarterbacks ready for their pass yardage with their total yardages set. We've got rushing yardages for both quarterbacks and running backs, receiving yards, all that good stuff, passing touchdowns. And here's what I am looking at today, guys. Looks really, really juicy. Jamal Haynes, half a touchdown total in this matchup this weekend against Oklahoma. Come on, guys. One place to be this year, Sleeper. Promo code Brooks. We appreciate those guys.
I don't think you could have forecasted this at the beginning of the year, right? Where they're about to run an RPO, Jonathan, and this is Surratt, and that's Charlie Baker. Like Becker, it's starting to scare. It should scare teams now. It did not feel that way 3 weeks into the season. We talked about them as, oh, what you going to do without Surratt for a month when he got hurt late in the season? Oh, it's okay. Watch the kid from Nashville ball. Like, I don't know if we could have projected that. I don't know if they could have projected that until he started to do this. Okay, so this tilts the math for me just a tad bit in how we probably play this. I'd play this 3/2 as well. But, hey, we got to spray this out here, Mendoza. We got an outside linebacker committing himself to the box. We got 2/2 with our best players over there. Instead of taking a 1-yard run, let's go ahead and throw that ball out there. Don't know if you watched the Miami film study, or you were with me with Miami's defense yesterday. Do you think Miami's playing overcommitted to the run like this?
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't. I don't feel like they need to. I feel like they're fine. Play body for body and know that somebody's going to win and you're okay. You don't need to play 7/6 in the box. We need to play 3/2 outside the box. That's what we need to do. All right, so by the way, when you play a football team that runs 25% RPO, this is the math that we have to do. We have to split the play in half. We have to play one snap over here with DBs and wide receivers, and we have to play one snap over here with box defenders and line of scrimmage players. And we can't feel overcommitted to one or the other. Kind of have to play it square and play it as balanced as humanly possible. It was weird to me that they opened the football game and they kind of remained this way until, it got a blowout pretty quickly. But they kind of opened the football game feeling comfortable, manning up and pressuring this kid. Now, we talked about it watching him against Alabama and watching him throughout the season. I think the last, kind of very similar to Carson Beck, but this kid's a better athlete in my opinion. The last thing we talk about when we go to defend this football team is, hey, what happens if the quarterback takes off? You just eat the 12 yards, I guess, is what we do, and pray it's not on 3rd and 10 like it is right here. This is killer for them. It's 3rd and 7, and he ends up beating a defensive tackle to the sideline and picking up, 12 yards. I'm forecasting 4.68. I think the more and more I watch him, I think he's a little bit faster than 4.75, which is our baseline measurement for NFL quarterbacks nowadays. In my opinion, if you're not running 4.75, you're going to look like one of these old school statues that just can't survive nowadays because pockets are dirty. Pockets are going to get dirty. There's no doubt about it. We got to find ways to win. All right. Now, both of these quarterbacks have done a tremendous job of it as of late. By the way, I'd say Carson's on that line. Carson's like a 4.81 guy for me when I watch him, but he's 6'5", 235, so it's a different 4.81. This kid is not that large. He is about 6'3".
I'd say 6'3".
Yeah, 6'3". Now, this is as disappointing as an offensive line rep as they get, and it's a 6-yard gain. All right, and here's why it's disappointing for me, because you rarely see them do this. The more and more I watch them, I think they're one of the better pulling football teams. We got 2 hats working to the front side of the play, right, Jonathan? We're going to have 2 hats from Oregon show up on the front side of this play. 9 times out of 10, these guys go hat for hat. All right, they don't put 2 in one hole like we talk about sometimes right here, right? Watch 62 and Coogan. They end up attacking the same football player. That rarely happens for this football team. 9 times out of 10, Coogan realizes, okay, he's in front of me. He's going to hit that guy. I've got to go back inside, get my eyes inside, and find the additional hat. All right, but instead, we're going to allow the running back, all right, to kind of take care of him. But we should be that hat there, and the running back should be what? One-on-one with the safety. Every run play we ever design, the offensive coordinator is trying to put the back on the safety and then let the back take care of that job for a touchdown. That's what we're trying to do every time we line it up and run the football, just to let you guys know. Boy, tell me you don't love you some 37, Jonathan. Right? I mean, buddy, he blocking an NFL defensive end right there at 6'1", 235. Mm-hmm. Talk to him now. Wait till you see the pipes on this dude. Wait till you see these biceps on this cat. He's so big. Now, what are we in here? We're in 1st and 10, and I think we get some swims, we get some offensive line destruction. Yep, and we get some TFL action. All right. Now this is an NFL football player, Mateo Uyunglele, right? I think if these 4 over here, these 4 offensive linemen, solid, my guys. I'd take them any day against anybody. The right tackle kind of a donkey, though. Like, I look over here, I see stallions, big horses, big Mustangs, donkey. That's why it feels like we can attack this kid over here, all right? Or at least Oregon did, but it didn't matter because everybody else got their butt whipped. I could see Ruben Bain's active hands doing some stuff like this, couldn't you, Jonathan? We're just getting up underneath his pad level into his chest, jacking him up, getting to the elbows, shedding the block, getting to the ball carrier. Boom, 2nd and 9. Hey, guess what? We force an incompletion on 2nd and 9. Boom, 3rd and 9. Guess what? 3rd and 9. We get to tee off a pass rush, get home, get off the field, right? Well, that's exactly what my, this football team, Oregon's about to do for the first and only time in the football game. 2nd and 7 right here, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly. 2nd and 7, boom, we force an incompletion because we got a tipped pass at the line of scrimmage. Boom, Lady Luck showing us some favor right here. We had to pressure the quarterback to do so, though, but we got a free runner into his face. We love to see that. All right, we got a free runner into his face. By the way, hey, we're losing to a speed rush right here. You see me? You see me? It's not great. I'm telling you, I think we can get him if we're a defensive coordinator hunting somebody. And now we get into 3rd and 7, and guess what? We got to tee up another pass rush. And I think we lose out here again. Oh, there goes the speed rush. Hey, God knows ball, huh? I think this is the recipe for Miami consistently getting off the field. Got to force a TFL or force a net neutral run. Find a way to get an incompletion on 2nd down, and then we can tee up a rush. Because I think we can get these guys, all right? Particularly the right tackle. Now, it's a different body type right here for Oregon. I think they knew he could lose the speed. They've played him twice. That's a 6'2", 232-pounder that the only reason he's on the field because he could do that. He can get off the rock and bend the hoop. You know who can get off the rock and bend the hoop? Ruben Bain can damn sure do it. So can Marquise Lightfoot. Like, they got some dudes that can do this, and I know they'll get home, all right? That's what I talked about in our live show last night. One of the things I feel like I know, is that both these quarterbacks are going to get touched at some point in this ball game. All right? We got defenses that can get off the rock and get home. There's no doubt. I thought Mateo played really, really well, and 28 had some flashes. But other than that, I mean, there wasn't very many individually excellent plays from Oregon. They kind of got ground into the dirt. Now, this is a short field, but look at 10, okay? Look at 10 right here. This is elite. That's what an NFL football player looks like. Play recognition, shedding the down block from number 7 right there, all right, and then getting flat down the line of scrimmage and pursuing the ball carrier. That's it. My notes just say the weapon's going to find a hat, Jonathan. The weapon's going to find a hat. If there is an opposing piece of color to hit, he'll find it. Now, he ain't going to wipe it off the face of the earth, okay? But you misalign just a little bit. It looks like we're squeezing this really, really well, doesn't it? Well, the weapon's coming over, and he's going to set this sucker solid, and we're going to have a crease, all right? And now it's one-on-one at the line of scrimmage with a ball carrier coming downhill against that Oregon linebacker, okay? Great short yardage teams in the red zone do what?
Run the ball.
They run the ball. Great short yardage teams in the red zone run the football. It would be so frustrating to be a cornerback in these football games, man. Like, again, trusting the man coverage here. That's a dangerous thing to do against Indiana because even when we have, I mean, what do we do? How much better do we get? How much closer to the hip do we tie ourselves? And we give up it's a 19-yard chunk, dude. It's a lot. It's hard, you know? It's hard to defend that. I don't have much answers for it because these dudes are huge. They're 6'2". Both these corners from Oregon are big and long and fast. I mean, they're really, really good. There's no better placement there. Oh, and we get PI'd. Yeah. I mean, for the love of God. So I know Miami can cover. Like, O'Connor's played great, but we got to appeal that targeting penalty on number 6. We can't throw a true freshman out here in man-to-man, can we?
You'd rather not.
We'd rather not. I mean, even if he's there like he was against Stribling. Mm-hmm. Stribling had that football broken up. Yep. These guys will not. They won't. They've had tough hands all year and all career. So I don't know, man. That's one of those things we're paying close attention to. I also love their play design. as you would expect. We talked about it going into it. Oregon kind of revamped their defense about week 6. They're playing a lot of this Tampa look, right? Playing 3 high safeties, rotating the third safety down in the middle of the hole and playing him there. Indiana watched a lot of tape. Signetti watched a lot of tape. I love the play design here from the offensive coordinator, okay? What we're going to do here, Jonathan, is we're going to run what we call a high corner, all right, into this cover 2 look over here. This corner is going to play 6 yards off the ball and kind of, float and read and react. Eyes on the rock, see what he's got going on. Safety is going to obviously get carried out by this. I believe they take the tight end and run him on a shallow right there, and then they they arrow with speed right here into the flat, and then they run him there, and then we got the high corner. So I love the idea that we're flooding 3 into a zone that's got 2, right? You see that? Or at least Surratt's working over late. We're going to flood 3 into a zone that has 2. And I love that Mendoza chases this till the end and then gets the hot out. Do you see that right there, Jonathan? Like, we're really, really going to stress this corner as long as we can and kind of force him to make a decision. Right now, he's kind of playing 2. Well, I want to force him with a threat of the legs to open this high post, right? I want to give every opportunity for this high post to open. I think as a quarterback, we exhaust every bit of that corner's decision-making process to the point where eventually we work flat. Again, situational awareness, knowing where the line of scrimmage is, working flat again, now getting it to number 3 right here and picking up 8 yards. Now we get back into a 2nd and 2, and we're going to hunt your ass on 2nd and 2, right? Mm-hmm. We hunted you on 1st, we're going to hunt you on 2nd and 2 as well. Okay? So really like the concept. And we rolled the cue, right? We don't have to worry about protection there, even though it's solid. We tricked the old cameraman. So on 2nd and 2, that's a rundown, right, Jonathan? Usually. 2nd and 2, usually rundown. So rundown, commit to the box defensively. Okay, commit to the box. Well, we commit to the box. We got to do something. Something got to give. We give up man-to-man coverage on the outside against Charlie Beckert. And now we're going to step on your toes and run a vertical for a 40-yard touchdown. What I mean by step on our toes, what I want y'all to see right here, there's space, obviously, between Charlie Beckert and the corner. Watch Charlie close this space with these first 2 steps. Watch him absolutely step on the toes of this cornerback. Boom. No wasted movement, right? No wasted time. Now we've closed that space. Now we swipe the hands, get an outside move, and now it's a foot race, right? What was a 2-yard negative for us, right? We started 2 yards behind his feet. Within 3 steps, I'm on top. I've already, what we call, stacked him. At this point, it's a foot race, and I run 4.4, and I'm 6'2", so I'm good. We're going to run right by this guy. It's a great job, but I think it's won at the line of scrimmage in those first 2 steps. I can't tell you how many of you dumb young wide receivers are wasting time at the line of scrimmage. The point is to run by him. Let's start the process. Let's gain some ground in doing so, like Charlie does right here. Again, go back to the top of the snap. We win this in the first 3 steps by closing this space between myself and the corner with no wasted movement. None. 1 step there, get our feet spread apart, get an outside hand movement. Now we've already stacked him by the time we get to the actual line of scrimmage. It's a great job. It's a great ball, obviously, from the quarterback as well. Again, Jonathan, don't feel like we have to commit ourselves to the run as a Miami defensive coordinating staff. Don't be doing this. I would rather them run for 200 yards today than give up 300 yards passing. Amen? Amen. I would rather them do it because I think we got a shot to get up off the field eventually or at least force them into a 3rd and long. But you give them man-to-man coverage, they will beat you. It's not even about how well the coverage is. Like we're tied to the hip right there late as the ball arrives. It's just in a perfect spot. Is this a short yardage situation? No, it's 2nd and 8. They're about to make it a 3rd and 2 though. I just love that 37's always finding work. Okay. Like, I think the right tackle gets beat a little bit here, right, Jonathan? I think we're a little bit overcommitted, and now we have Mateo running down the line of scrimmage into an area where we're trying to run the football. 37 is supposed to be working up, I believe, to the safety here off this combination block, right? 78 looks like he's working to the mic right here. We're working the nose. All right, so I thought these 2 were supposed to be working here. 37 is just going to stick his nose in, pick up trash, and allow the back to go play against 2. All right, So this is how we turn opportunities for negatives, right? Because we're going to see some of this against Miami. There's going to be some flash from 4. There's going to be some flash from 3. Somebody's going to arrive when we do not expect them. Mark Fletcher's been taking care of that with jump cuts, right? These guys take care of that with 37's nose for contact. He's just like, oh, there's color, wham, and he smacks it, okay? So that's what they're doing to pick up and maintain efficiencies, rather, as an offense. My notes say 67 has ups and downs in this football game, okay? 67 has ups and downs in this football game. I think this was an up, if my memory serves me, or is this a down? Let's take a look. Hold on. Wrong note. Wrong note. Wrong play. We got an up and down on the next play. This is when they snuck D'Angelo Pons in here, and I don't think anybody even noticed it. I don't think anybody noticed. I think they thought this was one of those other little scatbacks they got that has a million touchdowns this year. Nope. They snuck their best defensive back onto the field and gave him a touch, and my God, does he look like lightning. Watch him right here, Jonathan. He explodes with the football in his hands. They run him on zipper motion, all right, and then pew, shot out of a cannon. Wait till you see this from the tight. This is a long strider. I bet D'Angelo Pons better 400 runner than he is a 100-meter runner. Look at these long strides pulling away from folks. Juice, brother. I had to go look him up on the roster because I'm like, damn, why ain't this guy getting more offensive time? Well, he's already got 7 points today, Coach. He's already got 7 points today on the defensive side of football. These are the ups and downs I'm talking about here over at right tackle. The ups are really, really good, but we've already shown him getting ran by in this film study, right? But look at these hands right here. Look at these hands right here. I think this is why he's playing here. I think he is an elite run forcer for them. I mean, good God. You know, we're doing a great job here getting to the shoulder pad for our right guard, and our right guard does a great job collecting and bringing that right hand over. Did y'all see that movement right there? Timing, watch 74's right hand with that big old elbow brace right there. Watch it really just boom, fly over as soon as he feels the contact from 67. You see that right there? That's as good as it gets from an execution standpoint. And then 67 going to go run his face through 28. The highs are really high. They look really, really good. He's got great heavy hands. Also get ran by. That's not, that, you know. So we got something to work with right there. Love the ball placement here. DB, play the ball. All right, Keontae Scott, play the ball when we get this opportunity, if we get this opportunity. I can guarantee you right now, if you play man-to-man coverage, newsflash, if you show a man look, you're getting a switch release. 2 guys are going crisscross. So we better be working that. We better be ready to transition this. We better be ready to trade it off, right? These guys are. Watch these guys. They trade it off great. They do a great job. They get their ass beat again by what? Ball placement. They get beat by a ball. However, we can beat the ball if our eyes are on it. If our eyes see it, we might be able to impact and get our hands on it. Watch this DB down here in the end zone right here on the red line area. Okay, I believe it's him that's got an opportunity. Again, they do a great job. Look, hey, boom. They know the switch is coming, right? They see the switch. They force it out. They read it out. Okay, inside guy's got inside guy, outside guy got outside guy. Now, the ball is arriving. We got to expect it right now, right? It's a goal line situation here on, in the red zone. We got to be ready for the rock, not ready for the ball player. You got to play the football. It's hard to do, though. I'm asking for a lot. That ball's getting spit out really, really quickly. And again, I don't even think the camera follows it here. We get beat by the ball placement. I don't think we got beat by the concept. We were ready for the concept, weren't we? We switched it as good as we could switch it. Okay, I'm asking the guy to be a unicorn, see the switch, get the switch done, and then find the rock when it's that's a lot. It's a lot to ask for right there. Now, here's what I don't need you doing. I thought this was weird. Now, it's 35-7. Okay, we've conceded defeat at this point. But this is what we don't need to be doing if you're Miami watching these films. It's 2nd and 13. Why are we chasing 3rd and 19? Why are we chasing an incompletion? Why are we cat blitzing right now, Jonathan? Why are we firing the corner, okay, on 2nd and 13? Because what? We trying to get 3rd and 17 from the 14-yard line? What are we doing? Why not just play defense? You know what I mean? Why are we being aggressive trying to bite off more than we can chew? You know what we're going to do? We're going to give up 15 yards and a first down right here. We earned the right to be in 2nd and 13, and we're just going to give them a first down right now because we want to chase, 3rd and 16? That's goofy. Be happy with 3rd and 13. These are the types of things we can't do, okay? Because that quarterback's really, really good, all right? He's really good. He's going to find these things. I'm sure he feels that cap pressure. Lord knows the running back did. You see how quick he's getting over? That running back identifies cap blitz as fast as you can humanly possibly do it. I bet the quarterback did. I don't even know what we're doing here, but it just says elite football. What do you think they do?
Take a shot, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just a great ball from the quarterback. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Woo! You know what? But Carson's threw 5 or 6 of those down this playoff stretch as well. Both these guys are really good at this. Ball on the far left hash, out route to the right side of the field. I mean, is that a big boy? Is that 10 to 12? Yeah, it's 10 to 12. I mean, throw it 12 to 15 and call me. What an ass. Nah, this is good stuff, man. He's got tremendous mechanics. I would like to see the back toe stay on the ground a little bit longer, but it is what it is. That ball jumps, man. I really do think nowadays if you can throw it 45 yards, I'm good. As long as we play on time, we play accurate, and the ball immediately has life out of the fingertips. It can't lag at all, ever. But everything we do nowadays, especially in college, is 25 and in, really. Like even these back shoulder balls, he ain't had to load up and chunk one yet all day long. So we just got to play on time and accurate and spit it out like a point guard. You know who I love, Jonathan? I love number 62. I love him, okay? And here's why I love him. Plays with tremendous effort, okay? He looks a lot like I would envision myself looking, okay, at this level of football. A little bit undersized, having to play with a lot of effort. But, my God, every time I watch the dude, he got something going on. He got a bionic arm. This time, the last 3 times I've watched him, he's had a boot on his foot. He's out here playing in a cast. I mean, you can see it right there. He's literally got a cast on his foot. But, my God, does this guy play hard, man. He plays hard as shit. It's just never going to stop, ever, 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 ever. Like, he loses this rep multiple times, but effort wins it out. Like, we've lost the rep right here. We're normally going to get a hold if we don't stop, or if we stop running our feet. Not this guy. I'm just going to keep running my feet, keep running my feet, keep running my feet. Love watching him, man. It's also a vet move right there by Coogan. Coogan's getting jacked up in the chest plate right here. Do you see this? He's really getting shoved in the chest right here. So what is he going to do? He's going to underhook that arm right there. Did you just see that move right there? And now I got this guy's arm tied across my neck. It looks like he's choke holding me, doesn't it? He not. I'm holding him, but that back judge can't see that crap. It's a vet move right there by 78. And, of course, our man 37, blocking to the echo of the whistle. Our man 37, come on, come on. Oh, we picked up the mic, too. That's just great stuff. Just great stuff all around. Jonathan, does Miami get him down? Does Miami get him down?
You don't have to.
I think by this point, Miami's already got to him. Don't you?
Yeah.
All right, so they can be covered. It's another man rep right here, or at least sorted out that way. Everybody's attached by the time they get to the mesh point right there. I think this turns into a negative this week, right? We got to hunt these havoc plays defensively. Every time we get them covered, we got to get him on the ground. He can never, ever, ever turn 3rd and 7 into a first down. And when the ball's on the turf, they damn sure can't walk away with it. We got to capitalize on these opportunities as a defense. This is elite play calling as well. They're in empty, right? Empty's forcing man coverage, right? We see that. We got a linebacker over here on a running back. All right, we got man-to-man indicators over here with body alignment and eye contact. Same thing right here. We got a bunch of man-to-man. Well, what if we run a little double move over here on the 2-man side away from the safety? Yank, yank. Big dubs in the chat. Touchdown. Who?
Yours.
It is Hoosiers. You're right. It's more juice than anything. You know, life's about energy. If you just bring a lot of juice to it, it'll happen. You know?
At least I gave you the call back.
You did. You gave me the call back, but you just didn't do it with a lot of gusto, my guy.
My apologies.
I'm, it's okay. It's okay. Apologize to Mark Cuban, not me. All right, we're looking at Cougs again, is what the notes say. Look at Cougs, man. Look at Cougs' feet in here. Watch this. Watch 78. Watch him. Watch his feet. Watch this right here. They're big white feet. Look at them white spatted up cleats he got on. Pop, pop, boom. Gets to the hip. Absolutely delivers that combo block. Knocks that guy on his ass. And now, within a foot, within one step, we go pop, pop, boom. Then we clear face to face with the linebacker. I mean, just as good as it gets right there, Cougs. As good as it gets. Wham. Now, you know 37 is going to get a piece. All right, on H insert right here. Honestly, bullshit holding the call. Bullshit holding the call. Bullshit holding the call. Who'd they even call it on? 37?
I don't even know.
I think they called it on 37. I don't think that's a hold, man. I think that's him getting a piece, brother.
Yeah.
I don't think 28's ever making that play either with where he was at. I haven't seen Miami take a single solitary rep of rush 3, drop 8. Have you? Mm-hmm. So null and void snap right here, right? They're rushing 3, dropping 8, and giving up a 16-yard completion. That's insane. I think they try an out and up right here. Yep, from 3. You see that? Look, an out and an up. And it looks very, very similar to that RPO look we showed earlier, right? These corners having to see this kind of look all day, and then boom, we get an out and up from him. I love the aggressiveness right there. It's open, but we've already got pressure, right? We've already impacted the quarterback. How many snaps can we get like this if we're in the Miami defensive room? That's my question. But my God, what a ball on the sideline. He picks up the first down anyways because Surratt scrambles with him, and they pick it up. You know? Good job getting him off the spot, but we got to win the second snap, right? There's 2 snaps in a scramble drill. First snap, getting him out of the pocket. Second snap, when we reassess and start to scramble, or when all the wide receivers start to scramble. All right. Last couple of plays here. I think 67 gave it up a good bit in this football game. I think that Miami defensive ends should be salivating just a tad bit, all right? If we gave up pressure, it was over there. We're only giving up this bull rush. Why? Because we're really, really concerned about losing to the speed. Do you see that? Yeah. We are really efforting to get back to the spot right there, and that ultimately leaves us open for getting ran through on our inside chest plate. That's what forces the pressure, all right? And that's what forces the incompletion. A lot of people say this guy's a one-read merchant, right? I've seen that a lot on social media with him. He does run a quarter of his snaps in the RPO, which is kind of like reading leverage. It's not really reading progressions. This is third progression in the red zone under pressure right here. So this is pretty good. We're going to work left. We're going to sort out this switch release. We're not going to like it. We're going to work back right. Surratt's going to be digging back over the top, running the inline. All right, we're going to throw it high where we're supposed to. When we throw these back inline red zone lines, we want these things to be thrown up and away from any type of contact or any type of underneath defender, okay? And it's got to be thrown with touch. I can't tell you how many guys just sail this one out of the back of the end zone, all right? That's as good as it gets. Watch how quickly we go through our progressions here at quarterback. We're going to work left and eliminate the threats immediately, all right? Work left, don't like it, boom. Come back over right, bring our feet with us. Look at our base, right? That's as good as it gets. It's as good as it gets from a base and a mechanic standpoint, and then we rip a seed. Good job, and on time as well. What are your thoughts, man? I think they're a machine of efficiency.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I think they are.
Very tough.
Efficiency, execution, all that good stuff. Hard to line up for 4 quarters and stop. But I do think Miami can force some 3rd and 9s. Mm-hmm. And I think you get off the field 3rd and 9. Yeah. Hey, hope you enjoyed it. Hit that thumbs up button. See you later.